Hey everyone, happy Halloween. Welcome to the spooky edition of the Breaking It Downs podcast. I am your host, Julie Downs, joined by my co-host, Greg. Greg, I'm struggling this
Yeah, I
morning,
was like,
but
do you know my name? Are we okay here?
I think I had too many tricks last night. But speaking of tricks and treats, last week was all treats, my friend.
It was treats for us, but I have to bring up there were some tricks in Baton Rouge, and the tricks were for Brian Kelly and Julie, of all people. We'll get to this in a second. I said, "Does this guy keep his job?" And Julie said, "Absolutely not." She forecasted the Texas A&M win over LSU and him getting fired.
Bye, BK. Bye. Not Burger King.
Not nice portion of the podcast. Yeah. But real news here on a serious note, he got fired. The AD Scott Woodward. This became national news. The governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, basically came on like public television and said the AD before he fired him will not hire another coach because they're paying BK like 54 million. Ed Orgeron, the old coach, who's lovable guy, but he's been coach since like 1812.
Sounds like a whopper
They're
the
still
salary.
they're still paying him
Something.
They're still paying him another 18 million. But he said this enough. We're spending. It's a public. Don't forget, LSU is Louisiana State University. It's publicly funded. He said no. So he's fired the AD. BK's out. That's the news. So big news. Interesting.
Big news, and the big news is
Big news. Little news.
big news is I haven't been fired yet, despite my bumpy start to this podcast. So hopefully I didn't spook the audience too much with our picks.
No, and speaking of that, both went 5-2 last week against the spread, which is very impressive, by the way. Quick rundown. Just we'll talk about Ole Miss. Got their signature road win. Lane Kiffin. They've struggled on the road even when they've been good. They won at Oklahoma, huge. Memphis cover, won at South Florida. Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt. This is not a fad anymore. They showed they can win even a defensive battle. Great win over Mizzou. Mississippi State cover almost beat Texas outright. Tommy Trees, I think he had too many. I think he had too many dinners.
No, I think he only had two. We told him to have the third, and I think he only had two dinners. So he didn't eat enough, and neither did the Cyclones.
No, they did not. I had a nice winner with Houston. Julie, Houston, you had a problem. They won outright over Arizona State. Bad note about this, just quickly. Very good players. Levitt, quarterback for Arizona State, out for the year to have injury. Tough loss. He's a good kid. He's out. Julie rebounded. We talk about the Aggies, A&M. She had them winning outright. I had LSU. I tried to be the humanitarian and keep Brian Kelly's job. It didn't happen. And that's where we're at going into this week.
All right. Well, it sounds like we gave out plenty of treats. My ghoulish calculations are telling me that we both went 5-2.
Yeah, so just said
Against the spread.
5-2. Just you said, Julie likes to think my picks aren't interesting. 4-2 as well late, and late night we had the Halloween party last night at Ryan's. For all the lads who might have been struggling with the betting that day, Utah big favorite. We all pounded them out. We all made the shillings. We were all happy. Utah big win, huge win. We had a good Saturday. Let's do it again, Julie.
All right. Well, let's give out some more candy to all our trick-or-treaters, beginning
I'm having a sip of coffee, by the way.
in with number one, Ohio State. They're at home, 18.5-point favorites over Penn State.
So I put this in the rundown, Julie, because like this isn't a game, so like we're not going to count this towards our standing. But I had to point out because it's amazing to me. This we would have thought even literally 5 weeks ago would have been like the game day, the game of the week, and it's almost irrelevant now.
Uh-huh.
So Ohio State, quick note, their defense is literally putting up like historic numbers right now. I don't love the spread. I'm not personally going to put a play in this game, but we just can't not mention like how bad Penn State is, and Ohio State's D has been that good. So Julie would like to give a pick. She can. I'm going to lay off this one.
Ohio State wins by 17, so Penn State covers.
I like your thinking. I'll go with that. But if you lose, it's on you because I didn't make the pick. So here we go.
All right. Well, let's turn to a less scary game, or maybe get to some more thrillers. 20th ranked Longhorns from Texas, Greg, 3.5-point favorites at home over number 9, Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt.
So we'll start with Texas. Impressive, but look under the hood, not so. They needed a huge comeback at Mississippi State, which they did get late in fourth quarter.
They're still not giving Diego like the respect that he deserves.
Well, no, they're not. And one thing, so that Texas gave up 5 sacks. The O-line has been an issue for all of them. Quick note about Arch Manning should play. He had a concussion, trending to play. But what you just alluded to, Vanderbilt is not like, this isn't a fad anymore. This is a real thing. They're beating good teams. They showed versatility. They won defensive battles, not just Diego Pavia. They won, I believe it was 17-10. In the SEC, highest average margin of victory in the conference, which is crazy. The O-line might be one of the best in the country. They're for real. I'll let Julie go against Diego if she wants to.
Bite your tongue. There's no way I'm going to disrespect him. I mean, they're giving them 3.5-point favorites. 3.5 points. They don't need it. They are going to cover and win.
It's funny. I actually said last night, we were talking to some college football guys. If you forget draft projection and all that, just flat out right now, who's the better college quarterback, Diego Pavia or Arch Manning today? It's Pavia. Give me Diego. Give me Vanderbilt. They keep rolling. Outright win.
All right. Next up, number 10, Miami, 10.5-point favorites on the road at SMU. SMU.
SMU is like PU because that's what they did last week. A brutal loss at Wake Forest. And Kevin Jennings, the quarterback, he's perplexing. He looks great at times. In that game last week, he was terrible. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. And I will say this, they're talented. They should be better than their record. Miami, interesting note about Miami. We know how good they are. It's their first game the whole entire year outside of the state of Florida.
That's funny.
I know, right? Like you think we're 10 weeks in, every even road game. We know Miami's good, rebounded slightly since their loss to Louisville. Better team. SMU, you don't know what you're going to get. That's what you have.
Give me Miami with the win, SMU with a cover.
Yeah, I'm with you. 10-point win. SMU does enough that this is where they're perplexing. They cover, but Miami wins. Yep.
All right, Greg. Well, I feel like we were probably here last night. We were not. We're drinking coffee now, but we're heading to the greatest outdoor. Yikes! Yeah, you can tell I had some cocktails last night. We're heading to the greatest outdoor cocktail party on earth in Jacksonville. Greg.
Yep.
Georgia Dogs, 7.5-point favorites over Chomp Chomp, the Florida Gators.
So Anthony out there, you're watching this. I think they technically changed the name because it wasn't PC. We're keeping it as the greatest outdoor cocktail party, just so everyone knows out there. So quickly, we know Florida. They fired Billy Napier a couple weeks back. Georgia, they seem to be getting into. They had that big win over Ole Miss. Interesting though, they've had slow starts. Trailed at the half in 4 or 5 SEC games. Slow starts have been an issue. 4 straight in this series for the Dogs over Florida. I think Florida's better when their record's been, but that's what you're looking at.
Dogs bark, but Florida covers.
I think Georgia, I don't think it's a trouncing, but give me a 10-point win. I think Georgia wins convincingly and covers, and there you go. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
All right.
Your mama might be a gator, but your daddy's a dog. That's the saying. You ever come down to that somebody, that's the saying. That's what we're going to say. Yeah, that's right. Here we go.
How about we go to Manhattan?
No,
not your hometown, Greg. We're going to go to Kansas State, where the Wildcats are 7.5-point underdogs to number 13, Texas Tech.
So I think this doesn't make it a really good game. So K-State, one of my interesting picks last week, Avery Thompson, the quarterback. They're better than what their record had been. They won at Kansas, convincing win. He seemed, and the offense seemed to click in. Texas Tech's had a great season, -1 hiccup at Arizona State. Burn Morton is back at quarterback for them. Defense has been fantastic. Shapes up to be a good game in my opinion.
Kansas State covers, Texas Tech wins.
I'm going to agree.
Cool.
But shoot them up, Red Raiders get the win. But Avery's no joke. Carry on.
Well, Number 7, Ole Miss, 12.5-point favorites at home versus South Carolina. You're very chirpy today.
Okay.
Not chipper.
Okay. South Carolina. Disappointing season, no doubt. Almost pulled a huge upset up against Alabama. Bama needed a big comeback against them. Showed some more. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, obviously good coach, run a good program. They had a problem over the years getting a signature road win. They got it. They won at Oklahoma. Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback, Ferris Wheel State. He's been rolling. They're looking at a playoff spot in the mirror. So that's what we'll give you.
I'm tempted to just go Ole Miss all out here. I'm going to. Ole Miss, cover win.
Yeah, okay. We're betting the shillings to the lads out there. I don't love laying 12.5 points, but I don't see South Carolina slowing it. The O-line has been a problem for them. I think Ole Miss definitely a win. Give me the cover as well. 17-point win, Ole Miss.
Cool.
Yeah.
You agree with me.
I don't.
Usually when I go off the rails a little bit, you're like, oh, I'm gonna really in. No, anyway.
Rails, Raleigh. Well, we go to there.
All right, let's go to Raleigh, North Carolina, where number 8 Georgia Tech, 5.5-point favorites visiting NC State.
So I'll go straight Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's 8-0 for the first time, I must say, since about 1812 when I was first born. Haynes King, the quarterback, dual threat. He's been healthy. That's been the whole key. I think he is the most important player in the ACC, if not the best. Interesting counter hit. NC State's pass defense has been gashed. Not good. Georgia Tech relies and Haynes King relies more on the run, but we're looking at Haynes King and that offense versus NC State. Tough place on the road. You'd think NC State has a shot at an upset here.
Georgia Tech, cover win.
I'm with you. I don't usually love laying the points, but I'm taking Haynes. I've been one for 15 years now. Make it 16. Let's go Haynes King.
All right. Number 23, USC, 4.5-point favorites at Nebraska.
So we'll start with Nebraska. Team I was pretty high in early year. I don't want to say it's been a bad year. It's been mildly disappointing. Lost at home to Michigan. Lost to Minnesota. Interesting, though, Matt Rule, the coach, got a huge extension because all the firing, which you don't usually see this in a normal year. They realized they need to lock him up. Pass defense has been very solid, and the interesting part of this thing is Lincoln Riley and USC loves to air it out on the offensive side. Awesome offensively. Do Warren Buffett and the Huskers make their money, or does USC? I don't know. It's a tough one. I think it's a good game.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Cornhuskers are going to cover, and USC is going to squeak out a win.
You've been listening to me. I agree.
Sometimes I do.
One side.
At the least resistance, sometimes you just keep talking, so I have to at least.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Carry on.
Number 24, Utah, 11.5-point favorites at home over number 17, Cincinnati.
So spread seems high.
Why is it so high when they're both ranked? And
it's a good question. So Cincy, let me start with them. 7-game win streak, averaging 22 points per game, margin of victory, balanced offense. I think part of this, I'll give it a point difference in the spread. Evan Pryor, stud running back, he's out for the game. I don't think that shuts them down. They're pretty balanced. Utah, big win last week over Colorado. They literally were up like 43-0 at half. Devin Dampier, transfer from New Mexico, excellent. Transformed the offense. Utah is, you're asking me what the spread is. I think they're at home. They had a couple losses early. We all thought they were better than them, which they now look like. That's tough to play out there, the altitude, all of it. I think that's why that spread's so high.
I think Cincinnati covers and Utah wins.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a plug-in style. I respect Cincinnati, but I definitely think Utah finds a way to win this game. 10-point win since he covers backdoor plug-in.
All right, on to Knoxville, Tennessee, where the number 14th ranked Volunteers are 2.5-point favorites over number something that Greg forgot to include, Oklahoma. Number Oklahoma. Cool.
The Sooners. So let's start with Oklahoma. Yeah, I did forget the ranking number in that. So They're ranked. Highly ranked defense, and I don't want to say Fugazi. They just went up against, and I'm going to give this Ole Miss beat them. I'm going to give this more credit to Ole Miss in the offense because even at Georgia before the fourth quarter, Trinidad Cham was the Ferris wheel. They've been rolling, so they're legit. Tennessee, nice road win at Kentucky. This was one of my losers last week. I was impressed. Joey Aguilar, the transfer quarterback, he came in for Nico.
Iamaliava?
Oh my God, you got it right. It's a miracle. Yes. Yes. Julie got it right. And this wasn't on the script. Wow. This is a historic
I
move.
just surprised myself right now. I'm kind of speechless.
That's what it outstanding, Julie. You win already. No, but Joey Aguilar has been great. I think this offense at home almost beat Georgia, put up a lot of points. That's what you're looking at. And I do love John Machia, the quarterback in Oklahoma, by the way, even in a loss and Ole Miss. Good game. I think this is on paper the best game of the day, the night game.
Yeah, this one's really tough for me. It's that spread. Give me the Volunteers with the cover and the win.
Yeah, I could literally see this being an overtime game, last second field goal, 3-point win. Tennessee, the Volunteers. Remember them and Hendon Hooker when they beat Bama. I think that place is going to be electric tonight. Give me Tennessee. I volunteer them for the victory.
Well, I'm going to voluntarily grab my coffee because I'm assuming you have some more interesting picks and I need to stay awake for these.
Well, let's get a little patriotic. How about that? So we love the USA. We're going to start Air Force, 1.5-point favorites over my Army. We'll say this, game's in Colorado, altitude's a real factor. Give me Air Force with those 1.5 points. Sorry, Army. The Air Force gets it done. Want to stay with the military?
Sure.
Let's do it. Navy, 6.5-point underdogs at North Texas. North Texas, prolific passing game. Going to be a problem for Navy. Navy is going to try and take the air of the ball. They're going to try and run the ball 50 times. I just think the pace of game, give me those 6.5 points. Give me the cover for Navy. How about it?
Perfect.
There you go.
Good.
Maryland.
Okay.
21.5-point underdogs at home versus Indiana. Look at Maryland's record on a serious note. They got 3-4 losses. Malik Washington, the quarterback, has been very good. They've had a ton of close losses, even as good as Indiana is. Fernando Mendoza, give me the 20.5-point dog. They cover that spread.
More?
California, 5.5-point dogs at home versus Virginia. Virginia going across the country. One thing to take out of the ACC. No offense, Mickey, because I think Miami's very good and Louisville's decent. The rest of the ACC is just not very good. Don't feel comfortable. Any team laying 5.5, give me them. Speaking of, Wake Forest, 10.5-point underdogs at FSU. Florida State has not been worthy since beating Bama. Those spreads are still inflated since that week. I don't love Wake Forest. They beat SMU, as you called them.
Mm-hmm.
This game might stink. Give me Wake Forest with 10.5. Do you like a nightcap?
I mean, you're going to give me one. So.
You have to. The Hawaii Rainbows. We have to go with a nightcap. Everybody want betting your shillings, winning or losing. We want the late game. Hawaii, 1.5-point dogs at San Jose State. Let's go Rainbows. Let's have a happy weekend.
All right. I'm happy because I think you're finished and we're going to get to our weekend plans. I think Greg's about to head at the door to go do some
college softball. Fall softball still going on. Yeah.
And I cannot wait to take a few steps that way and I'm
going to make so on a college football note, should be a good day, but also Game 7 of the World Series tonight, which honestly has been an amazing World Series. Don Mattingly, who was the man, the myth, the legend. We're rooting Toronto with our Canadian brethren to beat the LA Dodgers tonight. That's what I'm going with.
All right, sure.
Yes. Let's go, Jace.
All right. Well, with that, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back at it tomorrow with your full slate of NFL games. But for now, go enjoy your college Saturday football.
Well said.
College football Saturday.
Well said. Kind of said.
Sort of said.
Happy football.
Bye.